Yo, what's up, Dallas Cowboys State of the Union? Back at it again with another breaking video. I don't think we've ever done a video this quick when something comes out.
No, normally we wait until a few days to let
you have to talk
opinions marinate.
Yeah, but listen here. Jason Witten, I repeat, Jason Witten is coming out of retirement and he's returning to the Dallas Cowboys for the 2019 season. Now, you broke the news to me because I didn't even see it. And I'm like, what? So tell me how you feel about it. How did you initially feel when you first saw it?
Well, when I first got the notification, credits to Bleach Report, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like, you know, April Fool's Day has come early and stuff like that. But when I started looking on Dallas Cowboys website and they broke the news, that's when I knew it was for real. And then I got a notification from NFL.com. They broke the news. I knew it was real. And then there was breaking news on ESPN. And it's like, wow. I didn't expect that. I'm super excited. I think he's going to help with leadership with the young guys. And I think this is a bridge. I know one tweet that I was reading earlier that this is the bridge for him to go into coaching. Yeah. And I think that's very true. Yeah, because he wants, I would say this, not to cut you off, but he wants to go into coaching. Let's all be honest. I'm sorry, but Jason Witten was horrible this season. He's a terrible broadcaster.
He's a terrible broadcaster. Romo has that gift, you know, and that's just not Jason Witten's gift. And I do believe that Jason Witten can be an amazing coach. And I do believe that, yes, he's going to, we don't know if he's just going to be with the team this season or do he plan to play more in the future. But I do believe that he's like, I want to coach for this franchise, and this is going to put me in a position to do that.
Well, they did sign him to a one-year base $3.5 million deal. So by all indications, it looks like he's going to play this year, although I wouldn't bet against him if he plays multiple seasons.
But this is to set him up for
coaching. Is to set him up for coaching. And I think, like I said, it's not like we're going to get the 23-year-old Jason Witten. He's not going to be running post routes up the field or anything like that. But what you are going to see is a guy that can still move the ball, move the chains as far as running those. If you was to tell a tight end to run, stop, turn, catch the ball, he can do that. Between 5 to maybe 8 yards, get a first down. That's what he's going to bring to the table. That's what he was doing before he retired last season. And you know, he's not going to play 65% of snaps. This is solely about helping the young guys. I think, you know, with his team, I think his leadership is going to help a lot. And from what I'm hearing, he's in phenomenal shape. From what I'm hearing,
I was going to say this. I guess his quote or whatever that he said that he still had a passion and a fire to play the game. I was concerned about his shape. Again, you just never really know.
A year away from football.
A year away from football. You know, you got football rust and stuff like that. So I'm glad that we're getting this news now. Now he has a full off season to really get back in shape, go through OTAs, mini camps, and etc. Those things of that nature. So I'm excited about that. I do believe, yes, he's there for leadership. I do agree with you. Hey, he is a safety blanket. You need 5, 6 dirty yards or whatever. He's not going to be making yak, but he will be able to help you move the chains or put you in a position to move the chains. So when you're in those second and long situations and you need, you know, a few dirty yards, that's even going to help Zeke because now you're not forcing Zeke to have to do, you know, 3 downs of getting dirty yards just to get the first down. You can switch it up and you can have a safety blanket. That way, if, you know, because it looked like this, if you notice Dak, it looked like a lot of times when he was taking those sacks, he was out there basically looking for something, you know?
Looking for a safety valve.
Especially, a safety valve. Especially at the beginning of the year when he didn't have Amari Cooper, getting separation and stuff like that. It looked like he was like, looking, boom, Beasley cover. I don't have nobody open. And so Jason Witten is that guy where for some reason he's always open. even in 2017 when his production had fell a little bit, he was still always getting open.
He was still somehow getting open.
Yeah, he wasn't getting yak, but he was somehow always getting open. So when you look at it like that, yes, I think he's going to be a great mentor, a great veteran on this team. I think it's great to have that kind of leadership, because we are moving into a situation where we're not sure about the tight ends of the future. You know, everybody's not 100% about Blake Jarwin. Everybody's not 100% about Dalton Schultz. Nobody's really 100%
sure about
Rico. And you never know, they might draft another tight end in the draft. Who knows?
And just getting to that, even with this news, I still think tight end is a priority. Maybe not so much of a priority now, but this is a tight end loaded draft class. And I feel like if you're going to get a tight end for the future that Jason Witten can groom before he officially goes into retirement for the last time, this will be the draft to do it.
Right.
Because the reality is he is 37 years old. We don't know how much he has left in the tank. Although I'm not going to bet against him.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, not playing multiple seasons after this. But you still want to have a contingency plan in place.
Yeah, just in case. I mean, I will say this. Yes, he's not as fast as he once was, but he didn't suffer a lot of injuries. During his career. So a lot of people wonder, well, okay, how's this old man gonna come back and play football?
I mean, he only missed one game.
Yeah, he missed one
rookie season.
Yeah, his rookie season.
This is rookie season.
And I think the dude freaking played with a wire, his jaw wire shut. So you can tell how tough this guy is. But yeah, he never was really injured, and so that helped his longevity. A lot of people is looking at us potentially getting what's his name?
Tyler Eifert.
Eifert out of Cincinnati and stuff like that. But one thing about this guy, he is constantly injured. So when you look at it like that, would you want to bet on a guy that's constantly injured, or bet on a guy that, yeah, he's older, but he can also bring leadership to your team? He knows your system, and not to mention,
he's a player/coach.
He's a player/coach, and not to mention his record as far as his body's
durability.
His durability is there, and his body is still in decent shape.
And we talked about this on the last video. Sometimes the best ability is availability.
Yeah,
with Jason Witten, that's one thing you don't have to worry about is his durability. He only missed one game, and that was his rookie season with a broken jaw. And like you said, he played the next game with his jaw wired shut. Yeah, this guy is tough as nails. And I know Dak is probably raising the glass right now. I know Jason Garrett, he's happy, especially with his contract situation and stuff like that going into the last year. And like I said, I think his leadership is what's going to really stand out to most of me. It's invaluable, and I think his leadership could have helped at some point last season. You know, this is a young team. This is a young and talented team.
Yeah,
and he mentioned that in his statement when he decided to come out of retirement. This team is full of young rising stars, and he wanted to help them make a run for the championship.
And you know what this leads me to, because a lot of people, whether people don't want to think it or not, when Jason Witten prematurely retired, he kind of blindsided the Cowboys. Of course, they was happy for him and stuff like that, and they love him to death. But he kind of blindsided the Cowboys because the Cowboys were expecting him to come back. Right. So this leads me to this question. I wonder what would have happened had he decided to, hey, let me stay around. Could this thing have turned out a little bit different? Because at the beginning of the season, you're talking about a few games at the beginning of the season where we could have been in a position to be maybe even I
think his presence would have helped us win a couple more games. Now, I do believe they still would have made a trade for Amari Cooper.
No. You definitely need to make the trade for Amari Cooper. But again, like I always said, we really didn't get true tight end play and production until the latter half of the season. And by that time, we pretty much had the division sewn up, locked, sealed, and bonded. So when you look at it like that, it just makes me wonder. It makes me wonder what would have happened had he had been there. Nonetheless, he's coming back this season. When I first heard the news, I didn't know how to feel about it. But I do like his leadership. I would love for him to be a coach for this team, just like Sean Lee. I would love for him, once he's done playing, to come back and be a coach for this franchise, because his mind,
his football acumen,
his knowledge for the game is just impeccable. His fire, his desire to want to be out there on the field is impeccable, and you need those kind of guys in your building at all times, whether they're playing or not playing.
Exactly.
But this is a good thing, because again, like we said in our video yesterday, people need to just calm down. I think that this team can still draft best player available. So if a position comes where a tight end is the best player on the board, now they can go and do that. But needless to say, Jarwin as well as Schultz is going to
I think they
benefit.
They benefit
and
greatly.
Honestly, this leads me to believe Jeff Swam is not coming back. Stephen Jones,
definitely. I think if anything, I don't know if we can say that for certain, because I love what Jeff Swaim did in his time before he got injured.
Right.
I think what we can say with almost near certainty is that Rico is gone.
Yeah, Rico might be gone. I'm gonna tell you like this. I mean, the only reason I say Jeff Swaim might not come back is because of this. In Stephen Jones' press conference earlier this week, he was saying, yeah, this team is very young, and he was like, Swaim, his deal is done. So after that, this team is a super young team, which that kind of statement led me to believe that they was like, hey, we're just going to trust our instincts and pass on a guy because we want to have a really young team. But you can't pass on to Jason Witten just because it's Jason Witten.
Just because it's Jason Witten is 37 years. I said this before, I know I text one of my good friends, and he was like, I mean, we don't need him. He's too slow. It doesn't, look here,
knowledge.
It's the knowledge. The football acumen, the leadership. Like I said, I mentioned that. I think that's one of the top things.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a guy that can get you 5 to 8 yards. It's not like he's gonna play over 60% of the snaps. That's not what they're asking him to do. What they're asking him to do is to be a safety blanket, be a mentor to this young team, because this is a very young team.
Exactly.
These kind of moves, people missing the big picture with this.
Yeah. And these kind of moves right here lead me to believe that, hey, they're trying to go all in this year. They want to win a championship this year.
And what a storybook ending would be if we was to win the Super Bowl with Jason Witten.
Because he deserves it. It sucks that we couldn't get Romo a ring. It sucks that, he was put in so many positions where he had to basically put this team on his back. But I would love to, we couldn't get it right with him. Let's try to at least get it right with
Witten.
Number 82. We love you, man.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.